I am ready.
All right. Hello, everybody. This is how do we do this again? This is the So Basic podcast. There we go.
Yep, this is the So Basic podcast. We are so basic. We are
We're
like extra basic.
extra basic. I am the
We
living
actually have
target.
cameras,
Yeah, we have extra cameras. Yes, we do. Thought it'd be fun.
and I am Mr. X,
Mr. X, the big X.
Big X.
And today we're talking about something. I don't know. He has the
What we're
topics.
planning on doing with the future and
He's
how we're
topic
gonna
guy.
want to do this.
I am guy who makes things go on YouTube.
You're basically the editor.
Room.
You record and you do the editing, and then and this is part of the process. Is that also I figure that I can come up with the majority of the topics, and then anything that you want to talk about. You just shoot it to me, and then
Yeah.
we'll fit it in the into the schedule.
Schedule.
Yeah. So really, it's just like what we want to talk about, why we're here, why we want to talk about things. Just having too much fun with that.
This is neat. Oh, we've never used the Discord little
Yep.
filter background thingies.
We're starting somewhere. This is how we're starting. So
Really blurry, and our hands will not be
we're
visible.
we're learning still. I don't remember when we had our last podcast. Sometime last year. We were trying to do it earlier this year, but what ended up happening was that, like, I was sick, or his wife was sick, or something came up, and we just couldn't do it for like a whole month. So ideally, we're gonna try and do this like once a week. We really only need to set time aside for like an hour ish. But even then, it's like the problem is that we both gotta have that same hour that's open.
Yup, gotta be open. um. Oh, good. Now you get to see me pick my nose.
So, yeah. Now that we have the cameras on, you can't pick your nose as much.
Yeah, and you get to see when
Or you can't get away with it.
Yeah. Suckies.
So basically, we're just gonna be talking about like whatever that we kind of feel like doing. Movies, games, nostalgia, things we miss, things that we wish would happen, things
League of
that
Legends.
we wish never happened. League of Legends, even though I don't play League of Legends, but we'll talk about it because I still think it's interesting to talk about. Actually,
Fair. Okay.
so let me
Cool.
do Notepad real quick.
Notepad.
Put it over here. All right, now we're gonna get. What kind of subjects do you want to do? I mean, everyone's going to be involved in this. I think it'd be fun. It's an interesting, like even if it's just a podcast, just like learning how people learn how to podcast might be interesting too. And it's us doing TikTok dances and failing at them.
Sometimes TikTok dances just come out, dude. I don't know. You know me, the
Okay.
big TikToker. I even have an account totally.
That's right. I already have a notepad with them. So, like, just some of the topics that we came up with before was like cards, how Theros Beyond Death ruined Pioneer, combos for Pioneer, that's all for Magic. Then we got TV shows, like any kind of show you want to talk about besides Velma, because everyone's talked about Velma, and I don't want to watch Velma.
I don't want to watch it. I don't want to talk.
I don't
about
want to watch. I don't want to talk about it. I hear it's terrible. I hear it's bad. I hear it's just like not fun.
it. Yeah.
But other good TV shows or movies, like here we go. The movie that I sent to you a while ago was Fantastic Planet. Or not the Fantastic Planet. I think it's called Fantastic World.
Okay.
It's like a 1973 film. Let me double check that. Wow.
Should I censor myself when I burp?
I don't care. Oh, it is Fantastic Planet. Fantastic Planet, also known as La Plante Salvage. It's a French animated film made in 1973. I just pulled it up, and the reviews on it gave it a 4.6. I
Out of
really
10
actually
or 5?
out of 5, not
Okay.
10, 5. 4.6 out of. That's a good point. 4.6, 4.5 stars, basically.
Okay, got it. That sounds good then.
Out of 5. You can watch it on HBO Max, Amazon Prime, YouTube, Google Play. It's definitely a very interesting film. I really thoroughly enjoyed watching it.
Early.
Thoroughly. I loved it. I thought it was really cool, different perspective and interesting. Basically, the planet is inhabited by
Coconuts?
I would say blue people, but they're not from like Avatar blue people.
Yeah. Okay. Blue people. Oompa
But
Loompas.
basically, the Blue Man Group though lives there,
Okay.
and humans are mouse-sized, bug-sized ish, and they're
Okay.
treated as so. Like humans are just like either pests or a pet for children or just something that lives there.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Exactly. Humans still have all their human characteristics. And the inhabitants, the people that live there, are humanoids as well. They have their own culture, society, and ways of learning. It's actually a really cool film. I'm actually going to do this to you also. I'm going to ask you to watch movies.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
That
A little homework.
any of these kind of movies, yeah, homework. It's more like just watch it. Tell me what you think about it.
Sure.
So this is going to be one of those movies I'm going to encourage you to watch.
Okay.
Cool. It's in French, so there's no dubbing or anything like that, but it's got subtitles, of course.
Oh, God, I have to read. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
but it's not too bad. There's a lot of like just silly things that happen in there, but it's also a lot of fun. It's really interesting. So give that one a watch. Fantastic Planet, 1973.
Cool. 1970. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love these old movies or these older animation of like different movies or shows.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they can be really neat.
They're some of my favorite, and I always find them to just be better than a lot of the modern stuff.
Yeah.
Again,
for sure.
like from what I heard from Velma, never watched it, but from what I heard about it, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need to see it. I only have so much time.
Yeah. You shouldn't spend it being in horrible pain.
No. God, no.
I could barely get through the trailer. Like, yikes.
Oh yeah, well, it's just like this, just the way that they push their narrative more than they push a narrative more than the story, and that's the main problem. You don't have like an actual story, at the front. At what's important. What's important to them is whatever kind of negative, dumb, woke narrative that they're trying to push.
Yep.
And I'm like, no, I'm not about that. Oh yeah, you know what? Maybe we should address that too. Let's just go ahead and get canceled right now. We're conservative.
Oh man. Yeah,
We're
sure.
not pushing conservative narrative, but this is our standpoint of where we come from.
Thanks, Elijah. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. It's just that, yeah.
Well, I think it's important to just get it out in the open.
I mean, it's going to come up, and it's going to be very obvious.
Well, yeah, it'll be
A lot of things
obvious.
we say, and a lot of things we do,
Yep.
and I'd rather be subtle. But if we're just going to talk about it, I'm not going to edit the video. Oh well, too late now.
No. Yeah, we just This is what we think, and
This is not going to be like,
if you have a rebuttal, have your rebuttal. That's fine.
yeah, don't be a
Just
political
make
podcast.
exactly. This is not a political podcast. No,
This is a
no.
fun podcast.
This is exactly what it is.
No
But
for
that's
fun.
just our perspective because everything has to be political. Everything, all the time, no matter what. Apparently, I mean, freaking ice cream is political.
No, didn't know about that, but don't tell me more.
Mhm. So there you go. So there you go. That's our standpoint.
Okay.
Moving on. Tell me something that just comes to your mind, Seth, about.
Penguins.
Did you get hit with any penguins? Did you get hit anything with a nostalgia recently?
Constantly. I live in nostalgia.
Constantly.
I don't live in the future. I don't live in the present, and I don't live in the future. I live in the past.
You just
like
live in the
NES games. And
what kind of NES games have you been playing?
So right now, I am not a speedrunner, and I've never speedran a game before. But
You're just trying to enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, I want more of a reason to be able to play Star Tropics because it's such a good game.
Oh my god! Oh, Star Tropics!
And I'm like,
oh, the
man,
Star Tropics!
How can I play this more? So I'm like, you know what? Let's try to learn to speedrun. You know, and it's going to be interesting. I'm going to make a bunch of rules, and I'm not going to be like a regular speedrunner. It's going to be me figuring out the fastest way of doing it without looking anything up.
Oh, I see.
So it's really gonna be my own personal speedrun, and then after a bunch of tries,
and you're trying to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, after like a 7-hour speedrun, I compare it to the top ranks, and then I realize, well, they did it in 1 hour, so I guess I'm terrible. It'll be fun.
Good luck with that.
Thanks.
You're also doing a
I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I'm actually gonna make videos of it yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it because I already have so many video ideas that don't do like Pokemon. God, that's so fun.
I was gonna say, like, aren't you guys doing like a Pokemon run with like random encounters?
Yeah. Pokemon randomizing has been incredibly fun.
I'll say it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're like almost on our 4th one, maybe 5th. I don't know, but we have a lot. I have a lot of footage just sitting here, and I'm not making videos. Like, I probably won't make a video of every single one of them because it's a lot of video to scrub through.
That's a lot of editing.
Yeah,
and you have to watch all of it, and like, I guess maybe like the best thing I could say is like if you see like a really good point that is like from like whatever point in time in your video is like interesting to you, or you think people would enjoy it. I mean, I guess the best thing you would do is just to like either write it down or put it on a notepad on the side. Might just be easier just to write it down. But
it's a really good suggestion.
And then you're just like, okay, timestamp like at this time, and then just like give or take like a couple minutes, before and after is like what it is that you're looking at, and then you could just like go back and watch it, and you're like, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to put in there.
Mm-hmm. So, where were you when I started recording the Pokemon videos? Like, why didn't you say that then, huh? What are you doing to me?
I mean, I remember when you from your last video that you actually put out was the one when Nicholas kept just getting harassed by the
Wobbuffets.
By the Wobbuffets.
I'm glad it became a meme.
He's like, no, leave me alone.
Yeah, you just cannot beat it. Andy can't escape. It's so funny. Slowing him down so hard. Oh my gosh, that was great. Mm-hmm. That whole run is just so fun. Like our first run was solid.
Yeah, because you guys are doing the randomizer. It's not a Nuzlocke.
Nope, it's a bug only run, and we're just racing each other. So yeah, the next one we're gonna do is a Nuzlocke. Actually, it'll be our first Nuzlocke.
That's what I want to do one of these days when I actually when I would be able to have like a long amount of time, but that's really hard to do.
Yeah,
when you're a dad. So
yeah, way to go, Dad. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems really fun, and doing it by myself. I would do it, but like, I don't know. It's a billion times more fun with other people. And if we're doing a race,
Oh, I know. Which pressures you to
There's quotations
take
here.
a race. Right. But when you take that race though, you feel more pressure, so you're going to take more risk. When you
Hypothetically,
put
I mean,
more when you do
we,
more risk, it's like
yeah,
it's more
exactly.
intense.
More intense for sure. In reality, we're gonna stop like trying to pretend it's a race, and we're just gonna try to survive because we're terrible. Like that's what's gonna
Mhm.
happen. But we're setting it up as a race so that we're still versus each other. We're not gonna screw around doing side stuff. We're still trying to win. The rules for that will be interesting because if you get knocked out or whatever, blacked out, we decided that like that's a game over, and then you have
Yeah,
to
yeah. If your entire party gets KO'd, you're done.
yeah. So you have to be careful with who you bring into gym battles and stuff like that. But what's
And
cool?
there's a lot of different rules from it. Like from what I heard, it was like you only catch the first Pokemon
Yep,
that you encounter per area, and
per
if you
area.
already have that Pokemon, you're just kind of screwed.
Yep, we're gonna do that. I didn't realize that there was going like Nicholas did like a whole mapping for us, and he did a spreadsheet. Pretty neat. And
Nah.
I know, so nerdy.
It's a spreadsheet for Pokemon for your Nuzlocke challenge.
Yeah, of course we do. And a map, we need it. But like, there's like 100 areas that we can like go get a Pokemon. I'm like, 100 Pokemon seems like a lot, but I don't know if that's actually a lot.
Good lord.
Yeah. So that'll
Oh
be
my god.
interesting.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Um, but yeah, so when we get knocked out, we have there's 3-star Pokemon, and the starter Pokemon are randomized. So what we're gonna do is the first one is going to be you randomly get assigned one, and then if you get game over, you can pick the other two when you restart.
I see. I like that. I like an actual full randomizer Nuzlocke.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that's interesting because then you'll encounter like legendaries, like where you're not supposed to, and you can have them the whole time if you got lucky.
or a Shedinja that
You
you can't
know?
get away from in the gym battle and you can't beat. Yeah,
Oh God.
the old Wonder Guard
Oh
lockout.
no.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh yeah, that happened too. He was like, "What? What? Why
Yeah,
is there anything
Shedinja
killing him?"
is a very big deal. But I'm not sure if we randomized the abilities, so other Pokemon have Wonder Guard. I don't know. I don't remember what we did, but we
I
already
mean,
set it up, and we'll see what
oh
happens.
okay. It's already set to go. It's just like, well, good luck.
Yeah, we haven't started yet, but we did. We created the file, and I distributed
Oh.
the copies and whatever. So pretty interesting. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and it's gonna be a lot of pain, but nowhere near as much pain as the metronome only. Oh my gosh, that was painful. Ah, God.
That sounds everything's metronome.
Yeah. Well, we could only use metronome throughout the entire game. It was hard because sometimes we just blow ourselves up. Sometimes you just self destruct. Sometimes you use explosion. Sometimes you use
Yeah, it's the worst. It's just like metronome explosion.
yeah,
Oh,
pretty
okay.
funny.
Well, there it goes.
Yeah.
And it's like against something like a ghost, a ghost type. Oh no, it just wouldn't go off, would it?
No, yeah. The If you're versing a
Or
ghost
does it go
Pokemon
off?
and you use explosion, it just is an effect to that Pokemon and you blow up. That's it.
Oh,
It's so
that's
bad.
right. Because I remember playing back in my day when I played the red version. I go up in the power plant, and there's like Voltorbs and or electrodes. And then if I had like a Diglett or something like that, I just use Dig, and they would just self destruct,
Yep.
and then that was it.
And that
And I
was
was
it.
like, okay,
That's what we're gonna have to be afraid of for the Nuzlocke run. If something uses explosion and just one shots our dude, it's dead.
mm-hmm.
Go to the
Yeah.
morgue.
Oh, well, they got that.
Oh, okay.
I tried watching like another. There's the only reason why I kind of got semi interested in Nuzlocke was because of the YouTuber Jaden.
Okay, never
And the
heard of
only
him.
reason why I heard about Jaden was because of like one of the other YouTubers, like Odd Ones Out. Um, like they know each other,
Oh, okay.
and like what she did a Nuzlocke, and she actually has really interesting Nuzlocke videos. She animates everything, so it's actually a lot of fun. And
That's
so I'm
fun.
like, you know what? I still kind of want to like watch another Nuzlocke, and then I was watching, and then I was trying to like Google or not Google. I tried to like Google how do you YouTube this thing? I was trying to look
Fish
it up on
angle.
YouTube,
Stop.
but I didn't really see anything that was like really interesting. After that, I was like,
Okay.
maybe it's fine. But I just don't like waste like all my time watching Nuzlocke. You know,
I don't know. I
oh
think it's
my,
kind of fun to just waste your time watching those logs. I don't know. I don't really do
it
it
would
myself, but I understand why it'd be fun. And
it could be fun, but
if I
I also
had,
got stuff to do.
yeah, if I had a YouTuber that I really liked watching, I would
Right,
probably watch them.
exactly. That right there is the key. You got to find a YouTuber that you like. For me, actually, really, it is that it has to be a YouTuber that I actually like to watch, and then it's the thing that they do is interesting
Interesting, yeah,
secondarily, but primarily it's the YouTuber.
for sure. So you're just waiting for me to do it. I understand.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to do it. Speaking of like watching things that from YouTubers, but really you made me start getting back into it is all the old pro tours.
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad I ruined your
All
life.
those you
Oh, it's
ruined my
so
life
good.
because I'm like just like listening to it like while I'm doing dishes or whatever. The small clip that I sent to like you and the other guys um
We are talking about Magic, by the
was
way. A Magic Pro Tour, Magic the
yeah,
Gathering.
yeah, Magic the Gathering. The old Pro Tours. This was Pro Tour Eldritch Moon, where it was like it was what's it called? The Netuko Husk,
Hmm.
like sacrifice
Oh yeah.
deck with like Zulaport Cutthroats against a might have been Esper Dragons, or it was just blue black control.
Doesn't matter. All those sound fun. That sounds good.
It was Esper Dragons. Yeah, it was Esper Dragons, and like I sent the clip, and I was like, these guys are so sloppy. How did this happen? This is the Pro Tour, blah blah blah. And I was like, wait, hang on a second. So I watched it again, and I was like, oh no, no, they did everything correctly. And I was like, oh, and this is why they did everything.
That's funny.
Basically, it was like two Catacomb Sifters and a Natuko Husk on the field. And then the control player had like Dragon Lord Oshutai, a zombie, and a oh no zombie, no zombie, just Dragon Lord Oshutai and Kalidas, right? So he's looking at the board and everything, and he has 7 mana available total. The sacrifice deck is tapped out completely, and he casts a languish, you know, and it was just confusing to me at first. But basically, what ended up happening was the correct way to do it was to do nothing for the sacrifice deck,
Not sacrificing
and
anything in
to do
response.
yeah, because what would happen is that he had 3 mana available, right? So let's say then the Nantuko Husk deck sacrificed one of the uh, one of the Catacomb Sifters. He would get a zombie, and then Kalidas could eat the zombie, and then it's bigger. So it'd be it had 6 toughness.
Oh my gosh, that's clever.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
that is very clever. Okay.
and um,
Oh, well played.
like he sacrificed every
I didn't know
then
that.
and the Tuco Husk. I guess to back up just a little bit because when he cast the language, there's 3 Scion tokens, and he sacrificed all of them to Nantuko Husk because those are
Yeah.
just tokens.
Yep.
So the Nantuko Husk would get bigger.
Yeah. So it
And
survived.
so he had 3 mana available, right? So he also had an ultimate price in his hand, so he could have killed the husk. But if that was the case, he would just sacrifice everything. He would sacrifice his entire board, right? So then he would get all the zombies, and then language would happen, and then everything dies, and it's a clear board.
How
So
would language kill everything?
because
To
so he
do
would
the
cast
language.
languish, and then he has 3 mana available for the Esper player.
Oh
He has
yeah.
3 mana available, right? But he doesn't have a zombie. He would have to use 2 of that to cast ultimate price to kill the husk.
Oh yeah, because then he can't pay to sacrifice to make it bigger. Okay.
Right, exactly. And then it would just been a clean board. It would
Got it.
just been like completely open. This way, um, and then with the sacrifice deck couldn't sacrifice the catacomb sifters. Um, because if he did, he would give him a zombie, which would allow him to sacrifice a zombie and keep Kalidas alive.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to let everything die, and the Esper is left with like 2 zombies. I was just like, these layers, all these different layers, and all these different choices, and all these different routes, and all these different options that you have is why I like Magic. And I had like the sad nostalgic feels for the rest of the day.
Oh my gosh. Very good.
And I saw that. And I was just like, I wish it was like this more often.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
these different layers.
Having
You do
all those
one little thing,
choices
and then everything just like kind of like cascades, but you can see it all. It's everything's on the field. Nothing's hidden. It's all on the field. You know, if I do this, he could do that. If I do this, this happens. If he does this, I do that. You know,
Mhm.
it was such a like interesting like turn.
This is cool. Yeah. Okay.
It,
I
it
watched
was
that,
so cool.
and I didn't really like. I guess I didn't process all that. I was just like,
Yep.
"Yep, he sure languished. That's cool."
Yep. Yeah, I watched that whole thing. I was like, I would have because he ultimate priced the husk on after he passed the turn.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I would have done that before. That way I would have gotten a zombie. And like, oh wait, that's right. All that would have happened. All that other sacrificing would have happened. The zombies would have came. Languish would have happened, and then there was no board for you. So I'd rather let things happen, and then you just at the end of it all, your opponent just has 1 Netuko husk, and you have 2 zombies.
Yeah.
And you have an ultimate price. So after you pass the turn, on his turn, you just kill it.
Yep.
I'm like,
That's
so
cool.
good.
That was very cool. Yeah,
I
that kind of
loved it.
engaging
That was
magic.
great.
I miss a lot.
Yep. Yeah, like that's probably like my favorite thing about the game is like the different layers that of things that could happen like that. I don't like combo.
I don't like combos at all. I don't think it should belong in Pioneer in the slightest. Like, there should be no viable combo deck in
Or no,
Pioneer.
nothing in
That's my opinion.
combo doesn't belong in Pioneer or Standard.
Or stand. Yeah. Unless, like, yeah. Like, and there's limitations to that. Like, if it's a 3-card or 4-card combo that's hard to get off the ground and you can interact with, fine.
Well,
I'm okay.
the thing is that like 3 and 4 card combos are just going to exist just naturally.
Right, naturally, yeah.
They're just going to naturally exist because of the library that we have in there. And I'm like, okay, I'm not really worried about it unless it's constantly, if it's like just consistent.
If it's consistent,
like
I don't want it.
A lot of the time.
Exactly.
If it's like consistent enough to be like an actual deck, I'm like, I don't want it.
Yeah, it's just out of the spirit of Pioneer. Pioneer should be about good old
bring
magic.
back your old cards.
Exactly.
Yeah, bringing back your old cards then and how they interact with like these newer cards.
Yep.
I'm not saying like all the old cards have to be able to be playable. A lot of these older cards were just complete garbage that weren't even played in draft.
Yep.
Some of these rares, you're like, I'm in these colors. I got this rare, but this uncommon is like way better than this garbage rare that I got.
Yep.
So, bye.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty funny that that's happened. It's just like Murder or Hero's Downfall, really. It's a rare. When it's first printed, it's a rare. And people are playing it, and it's really good. And now it's an uncommon, and you can't play it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Just like the power of it. I'm like, it's such a good card. It's well balanced, well rated, 3 mana, instant speed, kill anything, kill and destroy planeswalkers, because I think planeswalkers need to be handled easier and better, because I don't like it when one planeswalker just like takes over the entire game by themselves, because you just can't kill it.
Yeah, I mean that's not what planeswalkers are supposed to be. They're not supposed to be win
Right,
conditions. They're supposed to be supplemental card.
Well, they can be. They can be the win condition. I don't mind that. I just don't want the whole game to be warped around it as soon as it lands.
Yeah, that's why I don't like
this. It's part of the game. It's not the entire game.
You mean like the newness that's going to come down and become an overrun? I mean, I'm probably being crazy about that, but that's literally what she is. She is a win condition where she comes down and wins the game. So by definition, I don't like it. But she kills herself. I mean, and you have to have a board stake.
And
so it might not be that bad.
There's ways of, yeah. I mean, we'll see how it goes with her. I'm fine testing like everything out, but if it's not like A plus B means you just automatically win, you know.
Or you might as well be winning because he's not coming back from that, like Greasefang. It's incredibly difficult to come back from these angels coming at you turn 2, turn 3, and you're down to like nothing, and then it just happens again, and you're like, okay, which is that shouldn't exist in Pioneer. That is not acceptable, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, it just popped in my head because I was going to
too easy. It's too consistent. Yes, you can interact with it, but anything that forces you to be playing instant speed removal or you're dead is crap. Like, sure, you can do that in older formats, and you can, whatever. They can live there. They shouldn't live in Pioneer.
Yeah, Modern's modern. They have so many combos, and they like their combos. So I'm like, I don't ever want to change.
Right,
Modern.
That's fine. If Modern has combos, that's okay.
I agree that Modern Horizons 2 warped it.
You mean it's just Modern Horizons 2?
Modern Horizons 1 and 2 warped it severely.
I hate both those sets. It single-handedly makes me not want to play Modern. I don't do it. I don't do it because of those sets. It's so unfun, and I do not want to buy the sets. So I just have these Jason the Mind Sculptor sitting in my room, not being played.
I know Jason the Mind Sculptor. It's like
so cool. I don't know. I like Jason.
It's okay. I still don't know why they don't let Splinter Twin be unbanned.
Splinter Twin could be unbanned. Whatever. There's no way that's better than any of the other combos that are running around. Or
no, I'm like, just let these people who have their Splinter Twin, who like their Splinter Twin combo, just let them play with it.
Like 0% chance that's better than Hammer Time. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm like, well, not just that, but like, there's other like the grief. You just do that whole grief thing.
Yeah, Thoughtseize 3 times. Grief
combo. Yeah, you just Thoughtseize them 3 times, and it's just like, okay, you're done.
Yeah.
If this is going to be in the format, I don't understand why. It can't just be part of it. I think more things should be unbanned in Modern. Honestly,
I think they should ban sets. I think it's more important.
Older cards
should
be unbanned.
Modern Horizon cards. Just either ban them individually or just get rid of the whole sets, which is a crazy hot take. But I stand by it.
I was going to say, I have a couple topic names for our podcast that this kind of came into my head while we were talking.
All right.
One of them would be hot cakes.
Hot cakes or hot takes?
Hot cakes for our hot takes.
Goody. I like that better. I want the cake.
Yeah.
And I want to eat it. So that works great.
So I was just typing them down, like, ooh, hot cakes. Let's do
cakes. Right. That's true, because I'm doing it afterward. I can name this video after we talk about a bunch of things that are completely random. So this is just going to be a random video.
Yes. This is just like kind of like we're brainstorming type deal, and we're just talking about things that are coming to my head. One of the things that I think would be interesting is I think Wizards needs to do more erratas, like rules wise for errata, and the whole like, but we can't do that because it's not printed on the card, blah blah blah. I was like, we have Arena, we have Magic Online, everything is online. People who are engaged with the game are online.
Yeah.
We could change so much. It's not 1998 anymore. where it's
You're
like, oh,
right.
we have to do it with what the card says and stuff like that. I'm like, no, we can errata a lot of these things and just put a new rules update. I mean, after all, they do new rules update, every so often. Like there was the Scry rule, and then it was the Legendary rule, and now it's like the London Mulligan rule. I'm like, these are all new rules that you wouldn't hear about unless you kept up with it,
It's true. Yeah.
right? I'm like, there's rules that and like change some mechanics
Yeah, and people
if
seem to
it's
be
changing too
okay
much.
keeping up
And
with
one of those
that.
mechanics from like the Modern Horizons, I think this would actually improve modern, would be or rather the evoke mechanic. The only thing you
Okay.
do for it is because when it says when it enters the battlefield, when it enters the battlefield, you would sacrifice it, and it's a trigger, right?
Sure.
There's no trigger. You just errata it that says as it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That way there's
As
no window.
as it enters the battlefield, there's sacrifice. There's no window. There's no like changing or anything like that. And I think it makes it so much better because you're already getting a free spell by exiling a card from your hand, right?
Yeah.
That's the benefit. The thing is that you just exile a card out of your hand, so you can just do the thing without paying the mana cost, and it dies as it comes into play, but you still get the effect.
Yeah. That way you get
I'm like,
sacrifice effects if you really need it, but you can't
right,
target it because it's already gone. Because it's kind of like a casting cost in quotes. I'll have to
right,
do
because
quotes
it's
here.
well, yeah, like you still cast it and everything, but it's just like as it enters. I'm like, evoke is not something that a lot of cards have already,
Yeah.
and it's just something that's easily changeable. I mean, they did it with the companions. They didn't want the companions to just be immediately banned, so they changed it. None of those like it's it starts out here, you know, in your exile, and then you gotta pay 3 to put it in your hand.
Yeah.
If you read all the companion cards, it just says, you can cast it from your from outside of the game. That's all it says.
Yeah.
In the text. And this is a hard rule that changed, and you
Yep.
wouldn't know about it unless you kept up to date with it. I'm like, there's no reason why we can't change Evoke.
Yep.
That way, people aren't getting Thoughtseize into oblivion. People can still go like turn 1 Inquisition, see what's in their hand, and be like, oh crap, I'm gonna need to like get rid of like 2 of these things. So you take whatever it is, and then you can play the grief, exile something else out of your hand, and you take something else out of their hand, and you don't have like a 3/2 clock that's just gonna kill them because they have no more answer to it. And let's see here, you're down 3 cards, but they're down their 2 best cards that
Yep.
you got to pick, that you got to choose, and the rest of their hand. I'm like, that right there sounds like the whole risk reward thing. Instead of like, oh, I'm just gonna like play this and make it come back and do it all again, and like ephemerate it and just just strip your hand, so that way, basically, because I was on the play, I forced you to mulligan
Yep.
down to like 3.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's great magic right there. I'll keep this opening hand that might be able to function. All right, and then
Yep. And there's
oh, there it goes. Cool.
yeah.
A turn 0, turn 1, something like that. I don't know.
And people be like, well, why would I ever want to play it then if it's like that? I'm like, because it's still really good.
Yeah.
Because you have that option to pitch a card and have it come into play and do the thing.
Yeah. It's very strong. But I mean, I think that's indicative of a Modern Horizons problem.
I think, yeah, I mean, Modern Horizons is the main problem because of Ragavan and all that, but at least changing the rules for Evoke, I think, would go a long way.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that'd be fine. I'd be down for it for sure. I still think, yeah.
And that's my hot cake
That's a good hot cake
for Evoke.
Yeah. I mean, I still think that they should get rid of companions altogether if we're going to talk about erratas. Just errata the entire mechanic, and then start unbanning lures in places. Done.
Yeah, and that's the thing too that they can also do, like, well, we can't do this, we can't do that. I was like, what do you mean you can't? You
Have the
make the
power.
rules.
Yeah, exactly. You are in
This
charge
is
of the rules.
your game.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want
You
with it.
can let Greasefang be unbanned for months and months. You have the power. Demonstrating it right now.
Yeah. Oh god.
So stupid. I can't. So dumb. It makes me. I don't know. I don't know.
That's right. We'll have a whole podcast just for like exploring Pioneer. Um
Yeah.
Here, let me give you these topic names that I came up with though.
All right.
So we have got hotcakes, right? And they got that we just demonstrated. Nostalgic feels. It's something that like popped in your
Feels.
head,
All right.
right? And you're like, oh, I remember that. At one time, there was this thing that happened, or like place that we used to go, or things we used to do. Anything that like just gives you that nostalgia, like drug hit. It's
Oh,
just like, oh,
I mean, I
that
want to
was
go
a
to
good
the
time.
pool.
The pool, yep.
When we signed up for the pool again, I was there,
Hmm.
and I was like, "Man, that is a smell. That the
Yep.
chlorine smell just
Yeah, that
reminds
that
me."
that heavy chlorine, the heavy chlorine smell.
Yeah, in that condensed space for an
Hmm.
indoor pool, it's just like, mm.
Yeah.
I still didn't get to swim, so like we signed up and we
Yeah.
haven't been there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want
Yeah,
to
but
swim.
and the reason why is because it's either been like really cold out, and I'm like getting out of the pool and even drying off and everything, but like coming out, when it's been really cold, it's just a lot,
I just wasn't
especially
sure if they were even
for little
open,
kids.
but yeah,
Yeah, they're
kids for
open.
sure. Okay, because
Yeah,
I don't
us
care. I'll freeze.
we would be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would be fine, but it was mainly with like the kids, and like they for whatever reason keep the like a door cracked open even if it's 20 degrees.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, why? Just keep it all closed. Um,
Texting me.
that or we were sick, and it's like being sick and going to the pool is just an awful combination.
Yeah, that's not cool. It's not cool to do that.
Oh, you just feel terrible afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, the cool part if we did go without the kids is that we could go into the hot tub. Not, you know, that's nice.
No,
What, you
their
afraid of hot
hot tub,
tubs?
their hot tub hasn't been working in like months.
Oh, well, forget it then. There goes that.
Yep, I was like,
Cool.
every time they haven't fixed it yet.
Okay.
Um, or when we talk about like movies, shows, or videos or stuff like that, that topic would be theater mode.
Eater mode.
Theater
Okay.
mode,
Like that. That's cool.
like how we were talking about.
Have a little popcorn show
Fantastic.
up right here.
Yep.
Right
Fantastic Planet.
there. You can see my arms.
You're phasing.
I know. Whoa.
Oh.
Yours is working much better. Yeah, it's your arms are not disappearing the way mine are.
Yeah, yours are just like.
Okay.
Just like things here and there. Like a lot of it's just going to be not like we can talk about modern stuff if we really wanted to, but we're really not going to be watching a lot of like modern shows unless they actually interest us.
I'm watching
Mostly,
the old modern.
Well, like.
Oh, we're not talking about magic. I'm crazy.
No. Shows, TV shows, movies, clips, videos,
Maybe
stuff like that.
Like I like Wednesday.
Like if you
that was good. Like there's some modern stuff I might talk about.
Yeah, there's some stuff like that, but like I would be talking about like the original Berserk.
I watched one of the Berserks and I was like, oh,
I loved it.
Bye. I tried to look for more, but I failed.
Was it on the Netflix?
Yeah.
See, what they did basically with the Netflix was that they just took every single episode from the original Berserk, and then they just turned it into 3 different movies.
Okay. Cool.
So you might have watched it out of order if you just watched one. If you didn't watch it in order,
yeah, I'm sure I wouldn't start at the beginning. Then I guarantee.
Yeah, you would want to watch it from the beginning. The newer version is fine. I watched the old one and I really liked it because I like the older style animation.
Well, this was years ago that I watched it, and there was only one on Netflix total. and I watched it. So it was probably an
Mm,
old one, and it probably was in the middle.
it might have been. It might have been. I had to like. I didn't really realize um exactly. I was like, I heard about this show, and I was like, okay, well, which one is the first one, and how do I watch it? You can also watch it for free on YouTube.
Oh,
Like there's a
nice.
couple YouTubers that have it up on like all the episodes,
Okay,
dubbed, subbed, whatever.
that'd be
I
subbed.
watched it dubbed. It was great. I loved it.
Cool. Very cool.
Um, Another topic I got was just for fun, just something that you're like, I'm gonna try this today, or I plan on trying something new, different, interesting. Whether it would be like food or an activity or a habit change,
Okay. Yeah, I'm down for that.
something like that.
I do that a lot. I make a lot of food a lot of the time. I watch a lot of YouTubers on who do cooking stuffs.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, and I'd love doing it. I don't know if I ever get a chance to cook, then I do it.
Hmm. Or a place that you've like been wanting to like try out, like whether it be
Yeah.
um like exercising for
Oh,
like a
other
rock
direction.
wall or food, still restaurants and stuff like, hey, I tried this restaurant, it was great,
Yeah.
this is what I had. Like, like something if you live in Colorado, it would be like the skirt heifer.
Yeah, for sure. Is that really only Colorado
So good.
specific?
I think they're just because they're an independent like small business,
Oh, okay. Cool.
and they have two locations uh up north by like Powers and can't remember the street name, but it's up there. Or there's one downtown.
I would link it, but I really don't want to edit these videos.
Don't worry about it.
Because it's
We'll
like
just
an
look it
hour
up.
long, and I'm like, I mean, if
They
there are
got they,
things, if there are moments that we need to edit, I'll do it, obviously.
if
But
you can watch us and hear us, you can Google it.
exactly, you have the
Skirted heifer.
power. I mean,
Yeah,
you guy who's watching us right now.
our two people that watch us
Yeah,
listen to us.
our two fans. Hi, mom.
Yeah, hi, Bob. Nicholas.
And you think Nicholas watches us? I don't know.
I don't know.
No
Might
clue.
have us on in the background.
I honestly, I don't know if there are views of our podcast, so I don't know who's watching it because nobody's coming to me and saying, "Yo, dog, I watched the podcast," but we have views, so I don't know.
Um, Good habits, just good habits that you try to incorporate into your life. Seeing how it changed it, better or worse. Try it, don't try it. Um,
Sure.
One of the things that I would bring up for a good habit is like if you're just wanting a snack, but you don't like you want a snack that's going to be
Invigorate your
filling,
life.
but you don't, and it's going to give you energy, and you don't want to be eating like chips or just like you're just eating
Yeah.
constantly. You're just like filling up on like carbs and calories. Instead, I would say just like well, first it kind of seems like you have to be rich now to hard boil, like a dozen eggs
Yeah, eggs are
and just keep
expensive.
those in the fridge. Yeah, eggs are stupid expensive.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, I totally with you. Like hard-boiled eggs are really cool, really fun.
they're
Yes,
great.
they are a fun snack. I think they're fun. I like.
They're a
They're interesting.
great snack. They're easy to like keep in like your fridge. I got the little egg thing that mom and dad have
Oh yeah,
for
I know what it looks
Christmas.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the little egg thing where you don't have to. I don't remember what it's called, but you don't have to like get all a pot and like boil the water and put all the eggs in there slowly and take them out and everything.
Yeah, pay
This
attention
thing
to
just
them.
yeah, it's just an egg cooker, and you just like set your eggs in there and you pour the water in that you need to for however much that um however many that you're gonna be putting in there, and you just push the button, and that's it. That's it. It's so much easier. It's so much simpler, and they just steam boil, and then that's it. I'm like, oh, it's so much better,
That's cool.
and it works. And then you can just take all your extra. You can just do it all at once. You don't have to watch it. And then once they cool off a little bit, so you can like really handle them, I just put them in an old egg carton and just put them in the fridge. And
Oh,
then
okay.
if I was hungry for a snack, it's like it's not dinner time yet, but I don't want to be filled up for dinner, and I want to eat something that's gonna like make me feel good and give me a little bit more energy. It's just packed with protein. There you go.
Pack with protein.
It's packed
Yeah,
with protein.
it's in there.
Some protein. Some protein.
Protein.
Get your protein. So
Pretty sweet.
there's a good habit for you.
Yeah, that is cool. That's a sweet one.
Another topic that I thought of is what I learned.
Oh,
Just like
God,
a
I
word
hate learning.
or a skill. Just something off the cuff that you just didn't like think about, like something that I learned a couple of years ago, like I think about 2 years ago, was when you know those scented trash bags. So you
Okay.
take oh right, you never take the trash out. Never mind.
No.
So for everyone else,
I'm spoiled.
so with the trash bag, it has the ideas that it keeps the nice smell out and all the bad smell in,
Bad smell.
right?
Right.
Well, you open up the bag and you need to pull it inside out because it's inside out as it
Oh,
comes in.
ahead
So
of
when
time.
you
Yeah.
pull it out, when you do that, all the nice smells on the outside of the bag, so you don't smell the bad stuff. Because if you have the bad smell hitting your garbage, you're just trying to make your garbage smell nice.
Can't have dirty garbage.
You can't have dirty garbage,
Well,
and
you're giving the garbage the
it
good
does
smells.
keep the smell down, and it works better that way. I was like, oh. So like ever since then, I've always just been like pulling it inside out, so that way trash just doesn't smell.
Cool.
It's great. I love
Very
it.
cool. I like that. Are the scented ones more expensive, or are they about the same price, or what?
Nah, it's just normal trash
Negligible?
bags, but a lot of times they're like I just use like the Glad.
Who's messaging me?
Mm.
Orange, you glad I didn't say banana?
Banana.
Aren't ya? Glad I didn't say banana.
I think you should apologize for that bad joke.
Woof. Whoa. All right, you win. That was awful. Ugh.
Yeah, we're a pretty bad pair.
Oh, it keeps going. Oh, pew pew. That's pretty sweet. Wow.
Zing!
Zing. Give him the
Oh
zing.
man, give
Right,
him the zing.
These are cool topics, but some of them we might need to like
We
combine
don't have
them.
to have every single. Yeah, we don't have to have every single one.
Like talking
them.
about good habits for an hour. I don't know if I have that many.
Well, that all depends. That all depends. It's like, oh my god, this thing was like life changing. It feels so much better. I mean, it could just even be something like skip McDonald's.
Yeah.
I know it's easy to just drive up and get it, but like one of the things that I do I keep telling myself if I would go to one of these fast food restaurants is I'm better than that. I don't need it. There's better quality food at home that I can make. I can make something better than this slop, this garbage that they try to sell me overpriced. The reason why it's expensive is that it's convenient.
Yes.
I can go home and make something way better than this. I just need the ingredients.
Yep.
And a little bit of time. And if you're like constantly finding yourself to be like hungry around that time, you want something good, and like, well, cook a little bit extra every time you cook, so that way when you get home, you just warm it up, and there you go. You have a little bit of leftovers.
Yeah, dude, I love leftovers. Like, I'm totally with you there.
Yeah.
Like, eating at McDonald's, yeah, sure, you get your one little meal, meh. But if you make a lasagna, oh baby, you get like 8 meals in a row of lasagna.
Well, not just that. And if you're wanting to be like health conscious, also with lasagna, the sauce, I don't know how to make that less carbs, but what the wife does is that she will make the noodles out of eggs. which I know is more, it's way more expensive now. But yeah, you basically
Egg noodles.
put them
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
oven. Yeah, yeah. She does. I don't know what she does exactly with it. But she, sticks them in the oven. But we use that as like as the pasta basically. So instead of like all the carbs from pasta, you're just getting all the protein from the eggs, and it still tastes amazing.
But I like carbs.
I know, but carbs are bad. You're already getting a lot of carbs from the from pasta, or not from pasta, from the sauce.
Pasta.
There's actually a lot of carbs in the sauce.
Probably. Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's cool.
if you can mitigate a big chunk of your carb intake with protein, you can convert it to protein, and that's my phone.
Oh, okay. Because I just got 4 Discord messages. Somebody wants my attention. I wasn't sure if that's what this is.
Oh,
Don't
no.
they know I'm busy?
That was my phone. That was my phone. I got Rakanishu.
Yeah, I got it too. So yeah, so that was just a group message. Anyway, don't mean to interrupt your thing.
No, you're right. But yeah, if any way you can like try and change like carbs to protein.
That's the way you need it. Oh boy.
Anyway, you can change your carbs into protein. You'll feel better. You'll do better. You'll lose weight. Like just passively. Yeah, I know. But by doing small things like that, you gotta do changes. Sometimes you gotta get creative. Look online
We might be
for
able to do
food.
this for an entire hour.
Yeah, we could do this for an hour. Something
I have
like this.
lots of small things too.
Yeah, see? Go ahead.
Well, one thing I was doing to lower down on sodas by a
Mm-hmm.
lot is so every time I get food, I want a drink. Right, I bring so what I do is I
Right,
I
you want
fill.
something tasty and flavorful to go with it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want just water, but I kind of do, So I'll fill an entire
Plain
cup
water
of
is
water,
boring.
and this is what I learned from Boy Scout camp a long time ago. Like what they would do is they'd have their pitcher of juice on the table, and then there's also a pitcher of water, but all the cups ahead of time are filled with water first.
Yep.
So you have to
that's what we
drink
did.
your water first before you can get juice, which was awesome, actually. So I kind of brought that home. So I have 2 cups. Sorry,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
I think I was one of the ones that started doing that at at those summer camps, because whenever it was like me and whoever else needed to go to the chow hall to set everything up for your troop. For our table, we're like, nope, everyone gets water because we didn't want anyone dehydrated. We brought a thing of juice in there, but everyone's cup was filled with water before they even got there. And we told them, we were like, you're drinking a glass of water before you get any juice because we need you to be hydrated.
For sure. Yeah, you think better, you feel better, you do better.
Yep.
So what I do recreationally is with every cup, or I just have 2 cups every time when I make food or whatever. One is just water, and the other one is half of a soda. So I only pour half of it into a cup, and then I
there you go.
Put the other half into the fridge. And of course, if you leave it in there, it starts to get flat. But I looked online and I got these little toppers that kind of like reseal the can. Pretty cool.
I've seen those.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome. So, I'm only drinking like half a soda with every meal, which is cut down on my soda dramatically. And,
that's better.
And I'm drinking so much water. And I've completely changed. I really like water more than other things now because I drink it so much. It just feels so good to just drink it, just revitalize, as the kids say.
Right. Yes, you do. You feel way better when you're hydrated.
Yeah.
Well, when I go to Costco,
save money. You're not drinking sodas. Yeah, you're good.
Yes, you save money too. Soda can get expensive.
Yeah.
When I go to Costco, I don't, I just don't buy soda. Really, at all.
And and I was never down for like quitting, so that was my compromise.
Yeah, exactly. You want to like cut it down a little bit. You want to cut it back, as well as like when you get older. You're not going to be able to like burn this off as easily.
Yeah.
For like calories and sugar wise. There's so much sugar in
Oh,
soda.
sugar for real. I think that's the bigger
Um,
problem.
Carbs and sugar are like the worst of both worlds. But
Yeah,
that's why everything tastes so good. So,
exactly.
but what I do at sometimes I'll get like the quarter pound. I think it's a quarter pound for a hot dog and a drink for $1.50 at
Ooh,
Costco. It's
yeah,
such a good deal.
that's
I can't
cool.
pass it up. I love the hot dog,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, they only have Pepsi products. I wish it was Coke products. Coke is just so much better than Pepsi. That's a
You
hot take for you.
know,
But what
I
I do
that's a
is
hot
that
take for me too.
I'll fill up the cup like to the top with ice.
Yeah, with the self-serve stuff, you can
So that
actually
way,
fill your own cup
hmm
instead of them just
I
like filling
fill it
halfway and
up.
then ice.
Yeah, I fill it completely up with ice. So that way, it's taking up more space and room.
Oh wait, you're doing it on
Also makes it
purpose.
really good.
I'm hearing you wrong. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing it on purpose to cut back on my soda intake.
Oh, nice.
hmm
Okay, I like
And then
that.
I just fill up with Coke and then or with Pepsi.
Yeah, and if you like that
And
watered down like taste, I actually get it. Like I really
well, it's
like.
not watered down. It's really cold, and because the cup isn't like filled up as much, you just drink it faster.
Oh, okay.
Also,
Just drink it
so it
fast,
just
and you
stays cold.
won't be watered down.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you just kind of like take a sip, and then you like take a sip, and it doesn't take very long to eat a hot dog.
For
Um,
sure.
and so by doing that, I cut back on soda too. I don't buy cans of soda also and bring them home.
That's
When
good.
I want to drink, I typically just drink bottled, flavored water.
Oh yeah.
Like there's the Propel. It's like the small ones, and they got like different flavors in there. That's one of my favorite. There's the ice one that's carbonated. If you like carbonated,
Yeah.
um,
I stole that from you the other day, and I was like, wow, hey,
yeah,
it was a kiwi lime,
yeah,
and I was
yeah,
like, yeah, that was
yep,
good.
yeah. Sometimes they just get different flavors at Costco. Like the last time there was only like three different flavors. It was like the lemon lime, which tasted like Sprite.
Yeah,
By the way, it was just Sprite basically
that's
without the
cool.
sugar or carbs. Tastes like
I'm a
it
big fan of
was
Sprite.
that black cherry and and then yeah, the strawberry kiwi. And then this time there was like four different flavors. There was like the black cherry, the blackberry or something like that. Um, Vanilla cherry, which I haven't tried yet. This sounds really good though. And then the lemonade.
Oh,
So yeah,
ooh,
lemonade
lemonade.
without
Oh,
yeah,
without sugar.
lemonade without sugar.
I
I'm
love
like, I
lemonade.
haven't tried it yet. I
Uh,
haven't tried it, but I'm like,
yeah, I
ooh,
want to try
I
that
might
right
have
now.
to try that because like if if you want to have a heart attack, you just go to Chick-fil-A and order the lemonade.
Yeah.
My God,
Ugh, it's awful,
what I
but it's so
if I
good.
was just going to drink the lemonade, if I was just going to drink the lemonade there as my drink, I would say half lemonade, half water,
Yeah, because then
and they
it's an
look at me
actual
weird.
lemonade, not just
Yeah,
powder.
they look at me weird, and I'm like, it is way too much sugar,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, okay. So, but like if I would drink a can of soda, I drink a can, like every now and then if it's available to me at like, if it's being offered,
Yeah,
you know, and I feel like my kidneys are starting to shut down. I'll have a Coke and I'm just like,
for sure. You're just like,
oh,
ugh.
oh. They're like, are you okay? I'm like, no, my kidneys, they don't want to work anymore. Well, what'd you do? What happened? I drank a Coke.
This is drink Coke, yeah. No alcohol,
Oh,
no.
I drank a, I drank a can of Coke. One. So I can sit like, yeah, because the carbs are high and the sugar's like 60 grams. It's just like,
Yeah,
I
it's
think it's like
ouch.
53 grams of sugar, which is like, I don't know how much is in a cube of sugar. How much sugar
Yeah. I don't know.
in a cube? How much sugar is in a cube?
How many horses are in a cube? Hmm. Good question.
1 teaspoon is 4 grams of sugar.
Yeah, those numbers don't
And
mean anything to
then
me.
how much is in a Coke? 12
Like
ounce is
32
like
grams, I think, something like that.
it's 39. I think
Wow, it's
that's
close.
what it
Okay,
says.
still doesn't mean anything to me. I need to like measure it out and look at it. How much
That's the thing. Like
that many
I'm
grams
not a
is?
calorie.
You know,
I'm not a. Yeah, it's like 39 for like a can of Coke. But which is I'm looking at a picture right now. It's like one, two. That's
we
like
need to.
10 cubes of sugar.
Ugh. Jeez.
Oh,
Okay.
hang on. Little wife is calling me. Hang on.
Well, yeah. Well, we're
One.
out of time anyway. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if you need to
I
go
had.
right now or. Yep. Yeah, we're
That's
at
fine.
an hour and 5 minutes. So
Oh my gosh! See, we just talk and it just
yeah.
happens.
It's just fun.
So
I don't know. We just get there. So yeah, we're
yeah,
overboard, but that's okay. I'll still try to upload it. I really hope I can figure out a way to do it, but you know,
sure you will.
big brain. We got this.
Big
Maybe.
brain. So hey, we got some work done. We got to talk about it, and I like this because it'll invite people to maybe have their own topic names that they could do. One. I mean, this is a really rough stone that we're pushing, and it's going to take a while and some hard work to get it rolling. But hopefully we just keep it consistent, and it'll just take off, and we'll have more people behind pushing that thing, and it'll smooth out, and we'll get more viewers and subscribers.
Yeah, we're taking this metaphor places, dude.
I'm terrible with metaphors, and I do dumb things.
We're
I'm
going.
sorry.
We're going with it. We're
We're
rolling
going
it.
places.
Literally rolling with it.
So
Okay.
I gotta go warm up a bottle, but this was fun.
This was fun. I like the webcams more. I was not.
I did too.
I was a little bit hesitant because I was like, oh, I have to get the screen down and put the camera up. But this was fun. I really like.
Oh, I can't look like a homeless person. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't fix my hair, so But whatever. I like that, being able to see your reactions, and I like
seeing it too. I think it's great.
doing the wave.
Then,
Whatever. I also really like my
change your
beach. I just want
background.
to live at the beach.
I know.
Want this guy to go
I'm
away.
gonna have like
But and I like your mushrooms.
These my mushroom trees have mustaches.
Oh my gosh! I was staring at it this entire time and I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Took me an hour to not see it, and for you to point it out. Like, boy.
Else, but yeah.
Okay. Yep. So that was fun. We'll do it again, and hopefully, I probably won't be able to upload it tomorrow, but I can attempt on Monday. We'll see.
That's fine. And then I'll also we can do things like we could do intro music, outro music once we get this thing going. We're gonna try. We're gonna experiment. We're gonna play with it. We're gonna try.
I'd like to hand make it.
Yes,
and
that'd be fun.
It just I don't have instruments anymore in my room, so I need to. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. But I'm interested in an intro and an outro.
Yeah,
I might be able to figure out no real instruments, so I can maybe get instruments online and just kind of make my own soundtrack or something, and make my own little tune.
Our own jingles,
get our own jingle
and all that. So
yeah,
this was a lot of fun. I think we got a lot out on the table.
Yeah, and I'll subconsciously
and see where things are going.
Jingle, without realizing it. And yeah,
so yeah. I mean, TLDR is really just
older
things that we want to talk about.
Cool. All right. So this is the So Basic podcast. We're out of here. Goodbye forever.
What was our outro thing?
I don't know. Because we're just so basic.
I know. Well, it was state. I remember from the last time we did this, it was it's I don't know, stay safe, stay basic, or something like that.
Is that it?
I think it was just stay basic.
You can go with that for now. Who cares?
Well, it's basic. Let's go with that. Stay basic.
Stay basic.
Bye-bye.